gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Just a little update on what's going on with the raid situation. I have been farming up Anubis. Shout out to, I'm not going to try to butcher your name, but you know who you are, for reminding me about this, because I had forgotten that you could farm the Anubis for the PAL souls. And with my 3 times up, we're already at 563. So each time that we end up butchering one of these, then we get 3 large PAL souls. And to be honest, this is probably the best way to farm souls, even with regular settings, because it's 1 cake, 1 egg, 1 Anubis gets you 1 soul, plus you get, I think it's 3 bone a piece. So this isn't bad for bone either if you wanted to farm that. I know you can buy bone, but at the same time, if you need PAL souls, the large ones are the way to go with it, and Anubis drops 1, even the bred ones do. So this is a very useful thing as well. When it comes to the raid base, we have put up another 6 breeding pens to continue the Is It Worth It series, which today we're talking about the Teafant, which I went ahead and bred up a fairly decent IV'd one. We got 80 on the health, 94 on the attack, and 73 on the defense. Pretty beefy boy for what it's worth. And we're going to be testing its healing properties. So we're going to take what we have and condense it down. We'll test it as is. The other thing about this base too that I'm going to mention, with the PALs being in the breeding pen, this can also be used for the raid base, which is really useful. Not the legitimate raid, but the cheese way. If you put up the thing in the middle here, like we had showed in the setup of beating the final boss Bella Noir in 3 minutes without anything being destroyed, literally you could just set it up here, hit the button, then travel as quick as you can to over there, and then slowly encroach in until you see your health bar, and then shoot her in the head. After 8 minutes and 40 seconds, between that and 8 minutes and 35 seconds, I did hit her at 8:30 as well, and she went down. There is a bit of a window there between about 8:30 8:40 as far as the time left remaining. Then you should be in good shape to drop her. And I did it in the middle of this base with stuff being bred, and because they're not attacking her, she stays put over top of the fire and burns, and then you can just tap her in the forehead when she drops and gets stunned on top of the fire and ends up taking the rest of the damage and dying. So we can actually farm her pretty easily with that by just doing that numerous times to get fruits. The only hard part that's really grindy at this point is just getting the slabs going. So yeah, on to the video though. Talking about the Teafant, we're gonna go ahead and test little dude out and see what we are with the healing. The beginning healing is 200, very low in comparison. Let's go ahead and put in the first star, and the ball drop trick still works. 1 star, we're at 220, not that much of an increase. So at 2 star, gone up to 260. At 3 star, sitting at 320. And the final star at 400. So we're starting at what would be, I guess, the baseline of what Penta, whatever her name is, this one, which this is a 0 star. We could test her real quick just to see if I remember correctly. She has no stars. Yeah, she starts out at 400. So not really the greatest to get all the way up to 4 star when you have other options. I mean, it is very early on that you can get this guy. Base PAL stuff, I would suggest that it is actually really good. Between that and the Pangolin, most of the time you're grabbing the Pangolin, and with the monitoring stand you can actually control if it continues watering. Most of the time you want it to be doing multiple things as well, and the Pangolin in general has a better reputation of having just a couple more things that it can do as far as watering, handiwork, cooling, and transporting. When you're just starting out, that's kind of what you want. With the Teafant, it is only at a watering 1. Not the greatest, but you know, if you come across one, it's not bad. Strictly for watering, you can get your crusher going and have your paldium coming out at a pretty decent, or at least have the ability to create paldium with not too much trouble, but I mean, it is what it is. All right, so we went ahead and power leveled them, and as it sits right now at a 4 star, sitting at 790 attack power with 681 defense and 3,500 804 health, which is kind of impressive. So now we're going to take and put some souls in the Teafant. All right, so after the souls, we're sitting at 1,026 attack, 803 defense with 4,555 health. That's pretty wild. So we're also going to take and do a 3 team of Kelpsies behind it. And now we're at 1389. We have Hydro Laser, Aqua Burst, and Acid Rain. As far as breeding down to the Teafant, this is exactly what I did. Was a blank chickpea with my Fellbat that I had bred down, which if you want to know how to get the Fellbat with legend on it, we talked about that in the Fellbat video, which I'll leave that at the end of the video for you guys to click on if you wanted to see. We bred the Fellbat that we had from prior breedings with a blank chickpea to get a Kelpsie. We bred that Kelpsie with a Meow Crystal we found up in the snow that was a blank. Then that got us a Pangolin. Bred that Pangolin with a Meow that we had bred down, or probably a cross with one of the lift monks or something that I had that bred a Meow with just legend on it. Bred that with the Pangolin to get a Meow Crystal, and then took the Meow Crystal and bred it with a chickpea to get a Lamb Ball with the Meow that we had to get another Meow, and then take that Meow and bred it with the chickpea for the Teafant. So yeah, it was a lot of back and forth. It's kind of confusing, but so yeah, it was a little bit of a complicated breeding just to get that down to that. So water pals are good against fire pals. So it is only fitting for us to take the Teafant and go directly against Blaze-a-Mutt. With the POW damage being brought back up to normal, we can actually test this and get, realistic damage out of it. I'm happy that they fixed that though. All right, let's see what we can get out of him. Well, he's not attacking. What is he doing? Third time's the charm. There we go. He knocked him down a decent amount with that. Already a quarter health down with 2 attacks. Will he survive? Got a pretty good hit there. Is he stuck? He might be stuck. Oh, no, he just needed a little jar in there. Well, that was a battle, but the Teafant won against Blaze-a-Mutt. Wow. We didn't even feed him food yet, neither. We should have did that. Let's go re-heal him back, and we'll put him against something else. Let's feed him some food. Now he's at 1667. Let's take him out to the dunes and put him against Sezaku. See how quickly he could take down Sezaku. Quarter health with the first attack. He seems to be getting stuck, like he doesn't want to attack sometimes. Ah! Hit him for 600 there. Yep. Handled Sezaku pretty good. Barely even lost any health. You know what this means? Ooh, I got the pump action shotgun blueprint again. So there's not much as far as like legendary bosses that I would feel comfortable taking him against, because he's just gonna get stomped by like Paldius or Frostallion or even Jetragon over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take him and make him go against Pal Police's tower boss. See how he does in this situation. Oh, actually, you know what? Since it is just a quick walk and we can 4-stack him, let's do that. So with a 4-stack of Kelpsies, full souls, and a 4-star with food behind it, we're sitting at 1,812. I'm gonna give him a little bit of assistance here. You got hit pretty hard there. I don't know if he's gonna be able to survive this. I'm gonna try to let him heal up a little bit more. All right, that should be enough. Oh, if he would have hit him with that last little bit, he would have got him. Up, there it is. Final blow. Well, there you have it. Who would have thought? A little bit of assistance and a Teafant at max strength actually killed one of the tower bosses and Blazemut pretty quickly. So in conclusion, is the Teafant actually worth fully maxing out? No. Not at all. I don't even really think that it's worth it to grab one because you have the Pangolin, which is usually your first line of defense when it comes to your base pal stuff as far as watering and everything. And you're usually out of those in particular stages pretty quick. I mean, to have something to heal you, I guess if you're really kind of desperate on having some sort of party pal, you could get them, but to max them out, absolutely not. But it's funny because we used them to kill a couple of different things, so it is kind of a niche build, but little dude did work, so there is that and needs to be said about him. But yeah, to fully max him out, definitely not worth it. But if you're doing some niche stuff and you wanted water pal and you want something cute and, you know, little elephant dude, then why not? But yes, if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you guys enjoy my content, drop a sub, and write down in the comments below what you think of the Teafant. Other than that, we'll see you guys on the next one. Keep your willy washed. Peace out.